Yeah, so I was talking to a friend the other day, and they had called me and had shared one of the videos that I had made or about songs I'd written, and realized that a lot of people may not realize that I'm actually writing these songs, or these songs are something I've written a while back. I mean, whether they be in my email or just song ideas that I've sent myself over time. Obviously, I'm not a songwriter, per se, but I've just always really found it as a good expression for myself. And I mean, I've been doing this been emailing myself probably like 20 years, just different songs and lyrics, and building upon those lyrics. And then some of them are about times in my life, and some of them are just moments that I just feel like just a praise out of my heart, that can occur, on a walk, or like earlier this year when I went out to Yellowstone and looking for Posey's Treasure, also as an excuse to work on the front end of my book that I look forward to. But yeah, so I wanted to go over this video today because it really has a big, really had a big impact on me. Like I've had this for a while now, and it's actually about a time in my life when I was like 22 years old. I had broken up with a girlfriend. I mean, my parents and I were estranged. I was estranged from my church because, just when you join a church and then you have a preacher come in and the preacher leaves and a new preacher comes, and you believe the old preacher and now you have the new preacher, and I was just really confused, to be honest, like super confused. And also just a lot of things that happened in my life at that moment, in those moments, prior to those moments, that look forward to divulging even deeper with what I'm writing here in this book. But just to say the least, I had a lot in my heart that that I needed to let go, and I didn't know that I needed to let it go. And I also didn't even realize, maybe I had been saved, or maybe I was maybe I was a Christian, technically, but I hadn't really fully let go. So yeah, so we're gonna listen to this together, and I'm gonna give you a couple of bits of the meaning behind what I wrote, So yeah, so we'll listen through this first part here. I love cellos, by the way. It's my favorite instrument.
Lost in these 10,000 acres of wilderness, dust on my feet, fear in my bones, standing in the shadows of an unknown place. I hear a voice and my heart starts to race. Child, it's time to come home. You're no longer lost and alone. Through the dark noise, I know it's your voice. You call my name and I rejoice.
One reason why I like using the female singer, again, I had these lyrics for a while, for a long time actually. It's been incredible this last year to see the tools that have come online, AI tools. Use an array of them to actually bring these lyrics to life that I've had. But one reason why I love a female voice is I really associate that back to my mom, and she sang in our our church, and our church anytime they would have specials, she would always get up and sing. And to me, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good male lead, but when you're talking about something that's some of these emotional things, it to me it comes across so much more powerful when it's a female lead. So, but going back through that verse, like I was alluding to, I was 22 years old, and just needless to say, everything was just what I felt was falling apart. I didn't have any direction. I was done with school. Nothing was really happening with that per se, and yeah, I had friends, but like just felt lost. Like even though I knew, like even though I really believed it, even at that moment, I was very much saved and sealed by the blood. I was just still super super lost, like in my mind, and just wasn't confident about the future at all. And so, I just ran away. Like, didn't tell anybody where I was going. Drove my little car to Dallas, hopped on a bus, went, and I always wanted to go to for whatever reason, Long Beach, California. I'd never seen the ocean, so not that I can remember at least. And yeah, so I got on the Greyhound, and I had my little, back in the day we had these CD players, so and nobody knew where I was, and I just rode my little happy butt out to California and thought I was going to go work in a fish market or, do whatever, like I didn't know what was out there per se for me. But then, you go through those 3 days, that's a long ride too, by the way, on a Greyhound. So you get out there, and like, I'm just sitting there, and immediately after I get off the bus, immediately, like, there's first person is a homeless guy asking me for money, and I only had like $100 in my pocket at the time. I had like $119, I'll never forget. And so I was like, yeah, like I'm kind of homeless too now, bud. So no, I don't have any money. Sorry. And then so I just walked and finally found myself on the boardwalk there, and yeah, I'd already journeyed like 3 days, like I said, because it's a long bus ride out there. And I sat down on the beach and like just feet dirty, dusty, just didn't really know. And as I sat there, like, the Lord really started pouring over my heart about the realization that I had not forgiven people. Like, I hadn't forgiven anybody, actually. I sought forgiveness, but I hadn't forgiven a single person who'd done stuff to me. So yeah. At that moment was when really my entire life from that moment on changed. Like, I just knew that the key to this whole thing was forgiving other people and forgiving yourself, So, on that beach, that's where I learned. I learned what it really meant to be like isolated, like in an area that was so large. I didn't know Long Beach. I didn't know ocean for as far as you could see, and a wilderness of the city behind you, and yeah. But it's clear as day. The Lord really spoke, and really just let me know, like, dude, you got to forgive everybody. You got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive all these other people. And that's what I did, and I still do. I still forgive them, And but as with all things, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go back home now. Like I had this journey, into the wilderness, and now I'm realizing what's going on. Now I guess I'll go back home. But I go back home changed. I really do. I go back home changed. However, when you go back like that, people are a little bit, a little sus of you. So that's kind of where, we'll get through the chorus here, but we'll go to this next verse. Yeah, here we go.
You're a shepherd who sings out for my soul. You lift me up and carry me till I'm whole. I was lost, so far from home. Now I'm grafted into your fold.
Yeah, this is the part that really I learned.
Running away cause wounds so severe.
Even to this day, there's literally people who, I don't want to use the word trust, but they just like, think I'm weird, and that's okay. I know I'm a little weird, but, yeah, still some deep wounds for some people, but, no one was hurt by it. It was just like, well, that guy's unstable, even though it's like, I really, man, it changed my whole life, but yeah, continuing here.
leaving me with a heart filled with fear. Thorns of the past and shame like a tether, but your mercy runs faster than my failures. With grace that outlasts the scorn, you carried me and mended what was torn.
So that's really, really important. I mean, like, if you're out there and, you know, man, you screw people over, or, you know, like I said, my path wasn't necessarily like I did something wrong to people. It's just they look at it like, okay, well, this guy, you know, was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you know? But, yeah, and I get that. I get their perspective. However, like, you do feel a little bit shameful about it, right? Because, you know, you did something that society says, okay, yeah, we don't do that, you know? So you did something that was opposite to what you should be doing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I'm good.
My kid here.
I hear you recorded a video, so I'm staying.
That's all right, man. It's all good. We share it all, man. Share it all. Late boy.
Lazy boy.
So yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I was saying is, like, you know, if you're in that spot of your life where, like, you've done something that, you know, that you come out of it and you're better from it, but at the same time people might, you know, view you, you know, in a certain way, you know, like, oh, well, this guy is not, you know, doing 1 + 1 = 2 in society, you know. So there's that level of shame that, you know, you kind of feel tethered to, you feel attached back to those actions, you know. But the reality of it is that's not real, you know. God, you know, completely can do wonders, just in general, just pure wonders, right? So you need to let go. You know, like, if you still feel like if you've gone and you've done what you need to do, like, if you've gone and you realize what you've done is wrong, like, you should just move forward, right? But at the same time, like, another real positive of that happening to me was I was able to, you know, like I said, forgive the people I needed to forgive, and because of that, I was able to mend a lot of relationships that I had that were sort of, especially like with my parents, you know. Didn't really, you know, what happened with me, I didn't really understand what was happening, and didn't understand their mindset. And so now, you know, here I am, like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm at fault too, you know, like, it isn't just a one-way street here, right? So, yeah, I would definitely encourage you, if you're out there and, you know, you're having trouble and you, like, you just need to learn that forgiveness is what matters the most, right? And even if you've done stupid things, like, that's not what's going to define you ultimately, right? What's going to define you ultimately is how you respond to those stupid things. You know, how do you make yourself better from it, right? Don't just keep doing stupid things. So that's really what that verse is anchored in.
Through the dark noise, I know it's your voice. You call my name and I rejoice. You're a shepherd who sings out for me.
It really does, man.
You lift me up and carry me till I'm home.
You're still carrying us.
I was lost, so far from home. Now I'm grafted into your fold. Oh, shepherd of heaven, you found me in my darkest days. So carry me gently, keep me steadfast in all your ways. Oh, shepherd of heaven, no matter where I roam, your grace can carry me home. Oh, shepherd of heaven, if it be day or night, bring me blameless in God's sight. You're a shepherd who sings out for my soul. You lift me up and carry me till I'm whole. I was lost, so far from home. Now I'm grafted into your fold. brought me home.
Yeah, so that's that song. Yeah, so I just wanted to share, like, man, I do this for every single one, and maybe I might, but the reason why I wanted to share about this one is because, again, like, I don't think people might not be realizing that I'm actually writing these, or have written them, and, yeah, I mean, the message there is not only one about, hey, yeah, we come to salvation, through the shepherd who comes and finds us, but he also, like, carries us through those moments, especially when we really wound ourselves, I mean, I wounded myself a bunch, you know what I mean, and still working on this path of trying to get better, and part of that is just being honest, right? So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put the actual video, the song video up later, and yeah, see you guys around.